Hi guys, it's Leanne here, and today on my channel I'm going to be doing a health update video because I've been talking to you guys a lot recently about how I'm going gluten and dairy free and all that stuff, so I kind of just want to make a big video on its own to update you guys. So let's just get started.
I never really know what's going on.
I'm gonna do a little backstory first. So I want to say, hold on, give me a sec. So May 22nd, 2020, I started my health journey, and it has been a long time coming. And I originally wanted to lose weight in May of 2020, and I started using the Chloe Ting's workouts, and then I switched to an app. I think it's called Fit Girls Guide. You can, it's free, and then you get you can also have a membership, but there was like a 100 days or something, it was like a challenge or something like that, if I can remember correctly. And then I started going on walks and stuff. I just did, in that time period, I did a lot of things. And honestly, some of it worked, some of it didn't work. But then I want to say 6 months after I graduated high school, so I want to say we'll say right around the beginning of 2022-ish, me and my mom started healthier eating options, and then we stopped for a little bit, and then we went to Seed to Table, which is a Oaks Farms. I'll have it's Oaks Farms, but it's their store, I guess, because all of their stuff comes from locally grown store, stuff like that. I don't know. It's a local store. So nonetheless, we started shopping there, and it started out to be just produce, and then we looked at other options within the store, and then we started shopping there completely. I think it started to get too much because it's really far from our house. It's not crazy far, but I think it's 30-ish minutes away. And so then we switched over to shopping at Publix and Walmart. I want to say March, of this year, and that is an easy step away. April 11th. So I want to say April 11th is when I did my first workout with Train Well, which is now called, or used to be, so April 11th, I did my first workout after doing a Google Meet call with my coach. And at the time it used to be called Copilot, but now it's called Train Well. I'll leave the link down below for you guys if you guys want to try it out. I started that in April, and then at that same time I started doing healthier option things. So I started going from unhealthy snacks, and it was gradual. It wasn't I just threw away everything. I gradually brought in healthier versions, and then basically I want to say 3-ish weeks ago, I was complaining to my mom about how I'm so sick of feeling the way I feel. And like, to be brutally honest with you, like, I have 90% of the symptoms you would have with a gluten and a dairy intolerance, which I'll get into that in a couple minutes. But I feel like the best way, and I have the video up in the eye, the Get to Know Me from Courtney that I watched. She had done a Get to Know Me, and in a section of her video, she literally stated that she felt old. Like, honestly, she felt old. Like, she was achy. She explains it better in her video than I will explain it in my video. But to be honest with you, like, the stomach pains. So don't mind my red face, but this is future Leanne here. We're getting our air work done, by the way. I forgot to preface this by saying that I felt this way for 22 years straight. So I can't describe to you how I feel because I've made it so normal. So I think I say it a little later in the video, but I just didn't know what was normal versus what wasn't normal. So yeah, so keep that in mind. I had stomach pain, which led to a lot of other things, not going into the TMI stuff. Like I said, I had 90% of the symptoms on both. And I just felt, I was always tired, fatigued, and I never, like, after eating a meal, like every single meal, whether that was a meal or a snack, I would feel like absolute garbage, to be honest with you. And I was kind of sick of it. And I think after watching Courtney's video and being like, oh, like, she thought that she had a gluten intolerance, I was like, I think I do. Because the way she was explaining it to me was like, it was like a no-brainer in my head. It felt like she was sitting in the same room as me and we were talking. Like, that's just the type of connection that I got from how she was explaining it in her video. And honestly, I felt so, like, after watching that video, like, I literally paused the TV and I went out to my mom and explained everything that she had said. And we went through, literally, I had Googled both dairy and gluten intolerance, and we literally sat there and, like, checked off every single symptom that I had, and some of them I didn't know, like, you know, just like a lot of things like that. And I sat there and I had, like I said, I had 90% of the symptoms basically. And that was when my mom was off of work. She had a couple days off like a week ago. So I basically said to her, I was like, when you get a chance, can you talk to someone at work, which is one of her, and I know she's probably gonna watch this because I think she watches my channel, but she went to her and was basically like, she has these symptoms, what the heck is happening? And that's when I went off of gluten. And when I tell you, and I'll have the video up in the eye of what I made for my first meal gluten-free, I can tell you 100% that meal, first of all, when I went gluten-free, I did not know what was going to happen. I didn't know if that I was going to be more full, less full, unsatisfied. And honestly, I was curious on what was going to happen. After that meal, which was like tuna and mac and cheese with broccoli. I know it sounds weird, but you would really have to try it in order to like it or not. But I felt great after that meal. Now, going into the dairy side of things, lactose intolerant. I was just gonna say lactose and hold on. Restart. Now going into the dairy side of things, lactose intolerant and dairy free holy fudging balls. Lactose intolerant and dairy intolerant are pretty much the same thing, because what a lot of people aren't gonna know, and I'll have my proof up on the screen, but basically the person my mom went to does research. She is 100%, she's honestly like a bookworm. She likes to look into stuff and keep up on her knowledge, I guess. I mean, anyone in the medical field probably would, but I mean, I don't know myself. But she knows that the lactase, hold on, I am not speaking very well. The lactase enzyme, and what I was worded to from what my mom heard from her, the lactase enzyme is lactose. So when you go to the bottle of like the Fairlife milk and you look, it's going to say lactase enzyme. That is lactose. So that explains why even after drinking a couple cups of milk throughout the day, whether that be with my coffee, like in my coffee, because I do put the Fairlife chocolate milk in my coffee, to one after, or to one during my breakfast meal right afterwards, I would not feel very great. That's because if it was me drinking very little milk of the Fairlife milk, the lactase enzyme wouldn't bother me. But because I drink it in quote unquote larger quantities, which honestly I've cut down on my milk a lot, but regardless, that's why my tummy was still upset. So September 10th, me and my mom were just chit-chatting on the couch about all of this, and basically I was telling her how I was feeling after the whole cup of milk thing, after my breakfast, and I was telling her how I still feel like absolute garbage after drinking milk. And let me tell you, I only drank the Fairlife lactose-free milk, so I didn't have any regular cow's milk. So and that's when she explained to me the difference between dairy intolerance, lactose intolerant, and really dairy intolerant really means that dairy-free means that your body doesn't like the cow's milk. And that's what that means. And a lot of things are made from milk. So cheese, butter, so sour cream, all of that's made from milk and contains a milk. So that's why you would go dairy-free, because you're dairy intolerant. But I'm lactose intolerant because my body doesn't like the lactose. But because my body doesn't like the lactose, and the lactase enzyme is in almost every single lactose free item, I might as well just go dairy free, just so I don't have to ever feel like that. Now, that's not to say that I can't have dairy and gluten, to say I just am limiting how much of it I eat. Obviously, I'm going to try to go gluten and dairy free, but obviously, today's the best example. I am in charge tomorrow when I go back to work, because today's Thursday. Tomorrow I'm in charge of someone's birthday cake and card and all of that, since I was the last birthday, and that's just how it goes for us. So obviously the cake that I bought isn't gluten and dairy free, so obviously I'm gonna have that piece of cake. But like, just in, you know what I'm saying? Like in moderation, if you will, or in a smaller proportion, how it is. But that's a really good example. Like, it's just like, when you're intolerant to something, it's not that you can't have it, you just shouldn't have it on a day-to-day basis. So today I did a lot of shopping for dairy-free items and gluten-free. Now, for people who are like me and was curious and watched this video and was like, wow, you're describing everything that I'm feeling, let me tell you, this is something that I learned myself off the internet, and it's true because I did see it. So when something says dairy free, you should always check if there's gluten in it, which I'll have up on the screen what gluten is, and I'll have on the screen what you shouldn't have when you're gluten free. Dairy free products usually use gluten to make it dairy free, if that helps you a little bit. So always double check. When I was only gluten free, which is crazy to say, I used the gluten-free scanner app, but today in Walmart, I was getting a little frustrated because Walmart didn't have almost anything that I needed for me personally going gluten and dairy free. So I purchased, and when it popped up, I used the Fig app. I'll have it up on the screen, but I used the Fig app, and I guess I got it for 61% off forever. So I don't know about you guys, it kind of just randomly popped up because I used all my free scans. But honestly, it's worth it because, and I did the yearly, so it's, I think, $35 rounded up a penny year, so it's that much. And here, I will screen record for you guys. So it literally tells me everything that I can buy. The green check marks are stuff that are dairy and gluten free. For me, like I said, I don't have to avoid it altogether, including cross-contamination, but it's nice to know that it may have traces of gluten in it from cross-contamination. So this Better Goods organic dried strawberries is a good one to have if I wanted something like dried. This yellow little tick mark or whatever is not dairy free. It's not like, it's a dairy free, but I should say this yellow sign means that it may contain dairy free, or what the fuck? I was almost there, Leanne. This yellow mark means that it may contain dairy in it. So that's something that you should be cautious with. And the red X means that it does contain dairy in it. Now, I'll go back to the, like, when you start. So this is all of the stuff that you could choose if you do have a lot of allergies. So it's really nice to have this app, and I found it so freaking helpful in Walmart and Publix, because I had to stop at Publix for a few things and the cake. I freaking love this app. I think it's worth the $35 for the whole year, and I think it's $89. I'll have the link to that down below as well, to the Fig app as well. but I'm telling you, it's so freaking worth it. It has a lot. You can scan it, and you can go and check restaurants that you can go to, have good menus, bad menus, whatever. So I think that's nice for me personally, but I still have the blood test for all the labs this Saturday, so the 14th, and I'm doing some immune stuff, autoimmune, kind of just basic labs, and then I think I have dairy allergy on there. I'm not sure. And then my mom, like I said in some of my vlogs, found out recently that she has Sjogren's, so I want to make sure that I don't have it. You know the drill. Just basically, I haven't gotten my blood drawn and labs done in a while, so it's nice to keep up with that. So that is it, and I will definitely update you guys in the vlogs whenever the tests come back. I'll update you guys in the vlog, so keep up with that. I will definitely have it in the title. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys more of an update on why I've been going gluten and dairy free. And you know what, I was talking to her last night about how I was like, this is like the perfect time to go gluten and dairy free, because I've been keeping up with my workout, I've been eating healthier, meal prepping, and honestly, going gluten free was a lot easier than I thought. So honestly, I'm up for the challenge of going dairy free, because a lot of the stuff that I have consumed has a lot of dairy in it. You guys know I love to make brownies and cupcakes and all these schnazzy stuff, but I am glad to bring you guys along, and I love talking to you guys and chit-chatting with you guys and commenting back to you guys' comments, and I love the support that I have been getting recently. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any questions, or if you think that I left anything out, or if you want to know anything, comment it down below. And if you got this far, comment down the taco emoji.